What if God and nature were not two separate things but one and the same? That was the daring idea of Baruch Spinoza, a philosopher from the Netherlands whose thoughts were so radical that he was excommunicated from his own community. Imagine living in the 17th century when questioning traditional beliefs about God could cost you everything: your home, your family, your future. Yet Spinoza had the courage to write that God is not a distant ruler above the world, but the very essence of nature itself. For him, every tree, every star, and every human being is part of that divine unity. In this video, we'll explore 10 powerful lessons from Spinoza, lessons about freedom, reason, and harmony with the universe. His philosophy doesn't just live in dusty books. It offers timeless guidance on how to live with peace, clarity, and courage. Before we dive in, let me ask you, do you see God as something outside of life? Or could the divine be found in everything around you and even within you? Lesson 1. God and nature are one. For Spinoza, the universe is not divided between heaven and earth, or between a transcendent God and the world below. Instead, he believed that God and nature are one and the same. Every leaf, every wave in the ocean, and every human soul is part of this single divine substance. This idea teaches us humility. We are not separate rulers of the world. We are expressions of it. The divine is not outside, but within and all around us. When we recognize this unity, we stop living in constant conflict and start living in harmony with the flow of life itself. Lesson 2. Freedom comes from understanding. Most people believe freedom means doing whatever we want, but Spinoza challenged this. He said true freedom is not found in desire or impulse, but in understanding the causes of our actions. Think of it like this. When you're driven by anger, jealousy, or fear, are you really free? Or are you enslaved by emotions you don't control? Spinoza reminds us that freedom comes when we understand ourselves and the world clearly. Knowledge frees us, because it allows us to choose wisely, instead of being pushed around by blind passion. Lesson 3. The power of reason over emotion. Spinoza did not reject emotions. He studied them deeply. He knew that emotions can dominate our lives, often leading us into suffering. But he also believed that reason can transform emotions. When fear grips us, reason can calm it by showing us the true nature of things. When anger burns, reason can dissolve it by revealing its causes. He compared reason to light in the darkness. It does not destroy emotions but clarifies them, turning confusion into understanding and turmoil into peace. Lesson 4. Happiness is found in living according to nature. For Spinoza, happiness was not about wealth, status, or fleeting pleasures. It was about aligning our lives with the natural order of things. When we accept life as it is, rather than constantly wishing it to be different, we find a deeper contentment. A storm does not apologize for blowing, and the sun does not ask permission to shine. Likewise, we must live in accordance with our true nature, not pretending to be what we are not. Happiness comes when we stop resisting reality and begin flowing with it. Lesson 5. Love of God is love of the world. Spinoza spoke of the intellectual love of God, but not the God of temples and dogmas. His God is the eternal essence of nature itself. To love God, then, is to love existence in all its forms. This means cherishing life, respecting others, and embracing the wonder of being alive. When you gaze at the stars, care for a friend, or feel awe at the beauty of nature, you are experiencing this divine love. It is not worship through ritual, but through reverence for the unity of everything. Lesson 6. Virtue is living by reason. For Spinoza, virtue was not about following commandments or strict moral codes. Virtue, he argued, is the power of living according to reason. A virtuous life means acting with clarity, understanding the consequences of our choices and aiming for the greater good, not just for ourselves but for others too. When we let reason guide us, we are not dragged down by anger, greed, or fear. Instead, we act in ways that expand our power to live joyfully and help others do the same. Virtue is not self-denial, it is self-mastery. Lesson 7. Overcome fear with knowledge. Fear thrives in ignorance. When we don't understand why things happen, our imagination fills the gaps with dread. Spinoza saw this as one of the greatest chains that bind humanity. His solution? Knowledge. When we learn the causes of things, the fear dissolves. The thunderstorm is no longer the anger of gods. It is a natural phenomenon. Death is no longer a mysterious terror. It is part of the eternal cycle of nature. Knowledge doesn't erase pain, but it gives us peace. With understanding, we no longer tremble at shadows. Lesson 8. True power lies in cooperation. Spinoza believed humans are not isolated individuals, but deeply interconnected beings. Alone, we are fragile. Together, we are strong. He taught that the highest human power is not domination, but cooperation. A society thrives not when one person rules, but when people support each other with justice and compassion. This applies to families, communities, and nations. The more we build together, the more secure, creative, and joyful our lives become. Unity is strength, not in control, but in harmony. Lesson 9. Blessedness is joy with understanding. Spinoza's vision of the highest good was what he called blessedness, but this is not a reward given by an external God. It is a state of being achieved through knowledge and love. Blessedness is joy rooted in the clear understanding of reality. It is the calm happiness that comes from seeing life as it truly is, and accepting our place in the grand whole. This is not fleeting pleasure, but lasting peace. A person who lives in blessedness does not envy, hate, or despair. They see everything as part of the divine unity, and they rest in that truth. Lesson 10. Freedom through love of the eternal. Spinoza ended where he began, with freedom. For him, ultimate freedom is not the power to do anything we wish, but the ability to live in the light of truth and love what is eternal. When we love the eternal essence of nature, God as the whole of reality, we are no longer slaves to passing desires. We rise above fear, beyond envy, and into a life of clarity and strength. This is the life of wisdom, to know ourselves as part of something infinite, and to live joyfully in that knowledge. As we've journeyed through Spinoza's wisdom, one truth shines above all. Life becomes clearer, calmer, and freer when we live by reason, embrace knowledge, and see ourselves as part of something greater. Spinoza reminds us that God is not distant, but woven into the very fabric of nature and our daily lives. To love truth, to seek understanding, and to live with joy, that is the path to true freedom. So let me ask you, which of Spinoza's lessons speaks to you the most? Is it his call to overcome fear with knowledge? His vision of unity through cooperation? Or his promise that blessedness is joy rooted in understanding? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how these ideas resonate with your own life. And if you found value in this video, remember, hit the like button to support this channel. Subscribe for more timeless wisdom from the world's greatest philosophers. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new episode in this series. Thank you for joining me in exploring the mind of Baruch Spinoza. Until next time, keep seeking truth, keep growing in wisdom, and keep living with joy.